Every inkling, octoling, and any other kind of creature in Splatsville loved Christmas, or Squidmas as they called it down there. But the Willow, who lived in the desert outskirts, did not.
The Willow hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why. No one knows quite the reason. It could be that her shoes were tied on too tight. It could be that her head was not screwed on quite right. But I think the most likely reason of all was that her heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, she stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the denizens, staring up from her hut without serendipity, sporting a wolfy frown at the warm-lighted city. "Tigry, they're hanging their stockings," she snarled with a sneer. "Tomorrow is Christmas! It's practically here!" Then she growled, with her paws nervously drumming, "I must find a way to keep Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, I know the girls and boys will wake bright and early. They'll rush for their toys. And then the noise! Oh, the noise! There's one thing I hate, the noise! Noise! Then all the denizens, young and old, will sit down to a feast, and they'll feast and feast and feast. They'll feast on the pudding and the rare roast beast. Roast beast is a beast I can't stand in the least. Then they'll do something I hate most of all. They'll stand hand in hand, and they'll start singing. And they'll sing and sing and sing and sing. And the more the Willow thought of this Christmas sing, the more she thought, I must put an end to this whole thing. Why, for 4 whole years I've put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming. But how? Then she got an idea. An awful idea. Heh, I know just what to do, the Willow laughed in her throat. I'll make a quick Santa Claus hat and coat. And then she chuckled and clucked. What a neat, wolfy trick. With this coat and hat, I'll look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer, the Willow looked around. But since reindeer don't live in deserts, none could be found. Did that stop the Willow? Ha! The Willow simply said. If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So she took her friend Tigry, and she took some black thread, and she tied a big horn on top of his head. This is ridiculous, Tigry complained, but the Willow did not care for an ounce of his pain. She then gave him a potion and said, Drink this, it'll help you pull the sled. Then the Willow said, Giddy-yap! And the sleigh started down towards the neighborhoods where the denizens lay down. All the windows were dark, no one knew she was there. All the denizens were sleeping without care when she came to the first little house of the square. This is stop number 1, Red's house, the young wolfy Claus hissed, with empty bags clenched in her fist. She saw where all the little stockings hung in a row. Then she slithered and slunk, with a look most unpleasant, around the room where she took every present. You're a mean one, Miss Willow. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus, you're as charming as an eel, Miss Willow. You're a wretched wolf with a greasy black tail. You're a monster, Miss Willow. Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain is full of spiders, you've got garlic in your soul, Miss Willow. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. She slunk to the icebox. She took her friend's feast. She took the pudding. She took the roast beast. She cleaned that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, she even took the last can of Splatland hash. Next, the Willow cheered with glee, I will stuff up the tree. As the Willow took the tree to shove, she heard a sound like the coo of a dove. She turned around fast and found a puffball. It was Kirby, the youngest child of all. He stared at the Willow and said, Santa Claus, why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? But that Willow was so smart and slick, she thought of a lie, and quick. Why, my sweet little tot, the fake Santa Claus lied. There's a light on this tree that won't light one side. So I'm taking it up to my workshop, dear. Then I'll fix it up there and bring it right back here. And her fib fooled the child. She went and patted his head. Then she got him a drink and sent him to bed. After Reds, she went and did the same to the other people's homes, leaving little evidence for even Sherlock Holmes. It was 1:15, all the denizens still abed, all the people still a-snooze, when she packed up her sled. Packed it up with their presents, their ribbons, their wrappings, their snoof and their fuzzles, their tringers and trappings. 1,000 feet up the side of the upside-down Eiffel Tower, she rode her load to dump it deep down the crater. Boo-hoo to everyone, she was woefully humming. They're finding out that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. They'll hang their mouths open for a minute or two. Then everyone in Splatsville will cry boo-hoo. Now that's a noise, the Willow snickered, that I must hear. Geez, man, that's kind of messed up. You sure this'll even work? Tigery's doubts were proven right when the two both put a paw near an ear, and they did hear a sound rising over the horizon. But why? This sound wasn't sad. Why? This sound sounded quite glad. Everyone in Splatsville, the tall and the small, were singing without any presents at all. She hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or some way, Christmas came all the same. And the Willow, with her feet standing in the ice-cold metal, was puzzling. How was this able? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without boxes, presents, or bags. But then, the Willow thought of something she hadn't before. Maybe Christmas doesn't come from a store. Perhaps Christmas means something more? And what happened then? Well, in Splatsville they say that the Willow's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And then the true meaning of Christmas came through, and the Willow found the strength of 10 willows plus 2. With a smile to her soul, she descended the tower. She rode into Splatsville. She brought back their toys. She brought back their floof to the little girls and boys. She brought everything back, all the food for the feast, and she herself, the Willow, carved out the roast beast. And that, my friends, is all, folks. Merry Christmas to my viewers, and remember to cherish your families and friends all throughout the day.